play video games, but have you ever thought what it would be like to create a video game yourself? Or better yet, mod your favorite game and earn a chance to win $1 million. Well, our next guests are doing just that, and they're here to show you how you can do the same. Welcome Robert, Sitton, and Jordan Walker. You guys are members of the Deathball team. That's winners of Phase 1 and Phase 2 of Unreal's Make Something Real modding contest.
Yes.
Tell me, what is that contest all about? How did you guys get started?
That's pretty much, we used the contest to gain publicity for the mod and everything, because obviously if you won the phase of the mod, people would download it more and they would recognize it.
So you won the first phase?
Yes.
What kind of winnings, what did you take home from that?
$15,000 in prizes and cash.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then the second phase is what you're going into right now.
Right.
And if you win Phase 2, is that when you get the $1 million?
No. No. There's still another phase.
They make you jump through hoops to get the $1 million.
Yeah.
So what do you guys? So the second phase, and then you said there's a third phase after that.
Right.
Okay. And then if you get past the third phase, that's when you get the $1 million.
Right.
Okay. Cool. So you guys are shooting for that, obviously.
Yes.
And you've created a game. What is the name of your mod?
It's Deathball.
Deathball. And what does it do exactly?
It basically takes Unreal Tournament, which is a first-person shooter, and turns into a sports game like soccer.
Oh,
it still acts like Unreal Tournament in the fact that it has some gore, and you can play around, but it's pretty much the gist of the mod. It turns into a sports game.
Oh, cool. So you have this first-person shooter that's normally all about guns, grenades, weapons, things like that, and you've created like an Electronic Arts-like type soccer game.
Yes, exactly.
That's awesome. So what does it take to get started in something like this? Do you guys have to be programmers? You got a team together? Can one person do this?
One person can, but normally it takes a team, someone doing content, someone doing code, someone doing design, and normally you work together over the internet and kind of meld it all together into a completed product.
Is this buddies that you've gotten together, like friends of yours, or are you guys kind of spread out?
We're all over the world, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's people in Germany, Denmark.
How do you collaborate? I mean, I'm sure you guys going back and forth with different builds and mods and add-ons.
Yeah, we have, there's some issues with that, but normally we use IRC, ICQ, email, anything that we can to communicate, and generally every day we talk about something, find bugs, and then we go out and fix them on our own. So it's good to have people that specialize in their different parts, and work together as a team.
So you said there's a crew of about 10 people to put this together.
Right.
So what do you two specifically do for the mod?
Basically, I create the characters, all the art that's used for the player models and their attachments, and
I write up the code to kind of display it and do the attachments, menus, things like that. All the game-related code or game-related menus all go through me, and I set it up for Jordan.
Cool. So can you guys give me a demo of exactly how you created the characters, and also show me some of the code that you mod?
Sure.
Okay. Let's start off with the characters. You're in a 3D application right here. What program is this?
This is a 3D Studio Max.
Okay.
Which Epic gives the community a skeleton to work with that sets up the joints and such, so that you don't have to create your own animations. You can just make your own geometry, attach it to the skeleton, and bring it in the game.
Oh, that's got to be so easy then, because there's no animating whatsoever. You just skin the character, basically. Is that all you're doing in here?
Yeah, like you can create your own animations, but it makes it easy to go ahead and get something in there in the beginning.
Okay, so why the multiple heads here? What are we doing here?
This is part of the Deathball thing. This isn't Unreal Tournament specific. See, with Deathball, we brought in a customization menu where you can select your own face, you can select your own armor, hairstyle, etc. And these are just a couple of different faces that you can see here.
I see.
That people will be able to.
So you allow people to choose in the options menu, choose different heads, and this is what it's referencing is this file right here when it chooses a different head, a different face.
Right.
Okay. And then from here, I mean, here's 3D Studio Max, which a lot of people understand and know and play with that are into 3D modeling. Yeah. What do you do at this point?
At this point, Epic gives you a plugin that's called Actor X, and it exports a PSK file that it creates from your geometry.
What's a PSK file?
A PSK file is a file that Epic's editor, Unreal Ed, can read and interpret.
Okay.
And so once you export that PSK, you just bring the file in and attach the animations, and it's ready to go.
Okay, so that PSK file is something that's proprietary, their own little file format that they give you.
Right.
And it's just a plugin for 3D Studio.
Yes.
Oh, sweet. So that makes it easy for you.
Yeah.
So that's not too hard. So a lot of people, anyone could do this that's into animation, right? As far as creating different characters.
Right. It makes modding extremely easy, and it's a good thing that Epic did do this.
Right. Now, what do you do from this point? So let's say you've already created the characters. Now, what if we want to start changing some of the gameplay? So let's say instead of the jump button and pressing jump, you want to jump 100 yards instead of just a foot.
Right.
A simple variable modification, or can you show me what you do?
Basically, Unreal Tournament ships with all the tools you need to start modding the game. So you start the Unreal Editor. And
so this is the Unreal Editor right here.
Right. So normally you'd use this to do world editing, but you can also do code editing as well. And little known to everyone that Unreal Tournament ships with all the code, so you know exactly what to do. You have a template to work from when you're developing code. So right here, I just opened up a class file that's inside of the editor.
Now that looks like a little bit of C++ a little bit.
It's C++, Java.
Oh, so it's like a hybrid language. It's an hybrid language.
And it has some of their custom networking language in there as well. So right here, this is what the character would do if you were to drop a flag. And what you could do is go in right now and just start editing and putting in your own code to take over or modify or mod what they've done at Epic Games.
Now, is this something that, let's say, someone that has no idea about programming can go in and just tweak a couple of little variables to get some really crazy effects? Or would they have to know a little bit about programming to do this?
More likely you need to know a little bit about C++ or Java. Either way, you could get in there and start doing a little code for the game. Most of the time, you'd have someone that's already a coder come in and do code and scripting for the game. So
now, at this point, once you've made the changes, is that when you recompile it and then build it back into the game? Does it actually compile the executable?
It takes all the content that your artists have developed in your code and melts it all together and makes a totally new game file for you to play.
Nice, awesome. So if you win $1 million, you guys splitting it up, you're going to start your own game company. What are we talking about here?
Go ahead. Of course, it'll be split up between the team,
right?
But also, part of the $1 million is the Unreal license. So we'll use the license to create a commercial version of Deathball that people can buy and play without having to have an Unreal Tournament.